TiTi and Nada. Please, before I proceed, don't forget to like and comment with your favorite story ideas. TiTi and Nada were very close friends. They were always seen together, chatting and walking side by side. There was another girl named Bama. Bama was also their friend, but she was the third one among them. TiTi and Nada were much closer to each other than they were to Bama. TiTi and Nada were both beautiful, but TiTi's beauty was exceptional. She was gifted in creative arts, especially when it came to designing clothes. She could create unique designs that no one else could sew the same way. Her mother was a seamstress and her father was a tailor. They were well known in their village for their work. People loved how TiTi could easily invent different styles. Many girls in the village brought their clothes to her to sew for them because her designs were different and beautiful. Whenever TiTi was home, she would be found designing and sewing clothes. Nada always sat beside her, watching and giving her suggestions to make her designs better. She was always supportive and TiTi trusted her deeply. Bama also visited TiTi's house occasionally. She would see Nada and TiTi working together. She watched the designs and bought a lot of clothes from TiTi, saying she loved TiTi's designs and wanted to collect many of them. Bama's mother, Kuna, was a trader. Every weekend, she traveled with Bama to the next village to trade at their main market. Bama always wore beautiful clothes made by TiTi to the market. TiTi's mother, Becky, was always harsh on TiTi. Whenever people came to visit their house, Becky would be sweeping and doing all sorts of work while complaining loudly that TiTi didn't do house chores. She would find a way to blame TiTi in front of people, and that really hurt and annoyed TiTi. Her father was even stricter. He beat TiTi whenever she made the smallest mistake, even when it wasn't her fault. Nada's parents, on the other hand, were kind. They never shouted at her and corrected her in a gentle way when she made mistakes. Nada could freely talk to them. Despite her beauty, she was calm, respectful, and very gentle. Bama had too much freedom. Her parents never corrected her or pointed out her faults. She was bold and the most outspoken among the three friends. TiTi's mother was always scared that people would say she pampered her daughter. She tried to be hard on TiTi so people wouldn't gossip, especially since she and the villagers talked a lot about girls like Bama who were pampered by their parents. This made TiTi very scared and timid to speak to her parents. One day, while Bama and her mother were trading in the next village, Boko, the queen of that village, passed by and saw Bama wearing a beautiful dress she had never seen before. She sent her maid to bring Bama to the palace. The queen asked Bama where she got the dress from, and Bama lied that she made it herself. She said she was a professional designer. The queen was impressed and offered her a contract to sew clothes for the royal family. She asked Bama to stay in the palace, but Bama said she would rather sew from her village and bring the clothes on weekends when she came with her mother. When Bama returned to their village, she secretly met Nada and told her everything. She told Nada not to tell TiTi and suggested they find a way to get more beautiful designs from TiTi. Every weekend, she would take the dresses to the queen, give TiTi a small amount of money, Nada some portion, and keep the rest of the profit. Nada agreed and kept it a secret from TiTi. From then on, Bama bought many clothes for TiTi to sew. TiTi spent her weekdays sewing beautiful dresses, thinking Bama just loved her designs. Bama gave her small payments and took the clothes to the queen, who gave Bama money, gifts, and jewelry. The people at the palace believed Bama was a genius in dressmaking. Bama continued visiting TiTi's house, pretending to be her caring friend. While chatting, she secretly watched TiTi's designs and stole them. Later, the queen of Boko, out of curiosity, sent her language to Iwori, TiTi's village, with a message to the chief. She wanted to organize a sewing competition between young dressmakers in Boko and Iwori. The news spread, and many girls started learning how to sew so they could join the competition. TiTi was excited and wanted to join, but her father refused, saying it was useless and that only poor girls who needed help would go. Her mother called her greedy for wanting to join when she already made some money sewing. TiTi cried alone in the garden. Nada comforted her and sat with her as she sewed, watching carefully and learning more designs. Though TiTi wasn't joining the competition, she kept sewing from her heart. Bama also came often, watching the designs while pretending to be just interested. She never told TiTi or Nada that she had joined the competition. Also, the queen felt deeply that she would win and had promised to keep her no matter what.